Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's WSAP updates. My name is Rosemay Carmen.
And I am Camille Campos, and we will be your hosts for today. Are you guys excited to meet our guest speaker for today?
Of course, partner, they are. Kahit ako na-excite, balita ko isa siya sa mga expert sa industriya. So, partner, let's talk about weddings from Tacloban. And guys, if you have any questions during the show, you may type your questions in the comment section.
Yes, so guys, you may list down first all your questions for a while. There will also be an allotted time for the question and answer portion towards the end of the program. So partner, wag na nating patagalin pa. Please introduce our guest speaker for today.
So, without further ado, let me introduce our guest speaker for today. He is the owner of Ketch Event and Team Building that offer professional event host, team building, and event planning. So, ladies and gentlemen, we present. Let's give him a virtual round of applause, Mr. Ketch Barrantes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ketch Barrantes.
Hi, hello there, all the
Good
virtual
afternoon,
viewers.
sir.
Magandang hapon sa ating lahat, especially to you, Camille and Rose. Nice seeing you here. And I'm very, very much
Yes,
excited for
sir.
this. And indeed, marami tayong matututunan ngayong hapon na to. Now that we are still in the pandemic though, but hindi yan nakakapagpapigil sa mga passion and desire natin to continue on with the events live. And I'm pretty sure that everyone will agree with that.
Yes, sir. So, kamusta naman po kayo ngayon, sir? How are you, sir?
I'm very much excited. I'm feeling overwhelmed,
Yes,
and
sir.
at the same time, very excited to share to you, what has been in the industry here in Tacloban, and what were the challenges that we faced despite of the pandemic situation, but still we were able to, handle carefully, manage carefully the event. But because it happened because of our passion and desire to serve and to give the best event for our clients.
Yes, sir. It is really our pleasure to have you here. So, Mr. Ketch, we
Why?
prepared a few questions for you.
Okay.
So, let's proceed to the first one. How do you
All right,
start your hosting career,
Camille
sir?
and Rose. Before I move on, I would like to ask if am I audible?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, sir.
Thank you. All right, then let's start.
So, my first question for you, sir, is how do you start your hosting career?
Oh, yan ang mga
Yes.
pasimula nung nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo sa high school moments, na ikaw yung laging naaatasan na maging host kasi ikaw yung madaldal sa klase. Until it helped me somehow to be exposed. So, kaya yung mga paumpisa-umpisang utos-utos ng teacher, it helped me somehow until hanggang sa nadadala na lang siya, you know, um, nasa college na ako, and still lumalawak at lumalawak ang ano natin, ang exposure. Kaya a lot of people will see me, and then eventually will ask me to host. For example, may pageant na magaganap, or may kasal or birthday na magaganap. At by that time, wala pang bayad-bayad 'yon, ha. Mga thank you card pa lang nare-receive natin noon at that time. But because we continue on with our passion, and every time I hold the microphone, and everything will just go follow and flow smoothly. So ganun ang nangyayari until na introduce na dito formally sa Tacloban. I remember it, if I remember it right, way back in sometime 90s maybe, na nagkakaroon na ng mga I should say yung formal na mga events coordination, na they usually hire na professional hosts. So kaya dyan ako napasok na, because I encountered one person who helped me somehow to be exposed in the event industry, na naging formalized na yung hosting career. So ganun. O kung kailan to nag-umpisa, it's been like I think 2 decades ago, but I'm still here.
Wow.
Yes, sir. For the second question po, how do you entertain your audiences po? Have any hosting po sa mga
Uh, yeah, if I get it right, it's about the style and tips, or I mean the style. How do I entertain my guest? Did I get it right?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
yes,
um, if I may ask you, are you entertained now?
I actually am entertained,
yes,
sir. Kasi yung, how the way you magsalita, malinaw, hindi kayo nabubulol, sir. Hindi katulad ko na kinakabahan tapos nabubulol sa mga sinasabi ko.
Oh well, that could be one of my yung tinatawag nating wheat, all right? And I can say that it has to be learned. It's not just it's not just na nandyan na sa'yo nung ipinanganak ka. It has to be learned. It's a skill that has to be enhanced and nourished and nurtured, so that the more exposure, the more practices, the more you become better. So that's how it goes when I do hosting. But first and foremost, you really have to be prepared. Every event, you really have to be prepared and be ready on whatever um, kung ano yung mga magaganap, because anything can happen in a live show, and that you must be ready, and the show must go on. So with the wit, with your, yung parang bilis ng isip, isa yan na kailangan mo masakyan ka agad. And of course, in the audience, na kailangan meron talagang connection sa audience. Of course, nandyan yung mga eye-to-eye contact natin. And um, isa sa mga pinaka trademark sa akin bilang isang host is because I am labeled here as the fab host. So I have to maintain the being fabulous in me. Na hindi ko rin alam bakit ako na bigyan ng ganyang klaseng hashtag na kaya tinatawag nilang fab host Ketch. But I guess it's more of how I handle and how I carry the audience. Um, Another thing is aside from the wit and the preparedness in my events, kailangan kilala ko rin. Halimbawa, if it is a couple, if it is a wedding, kailangan kilala ko yung couple. So, naman that we are having series of meetings prior the event. Kaya maganda yung nakikilala mo yung couple. For example, paano sila naging magjowa, kailan sila nagjowa, ano yung mga funny moments nila, so that I can relay it to the audience para maramdaman nila na ang starring dito, this is another way of entertaining. I am a host and I am not the one, kumbaga, I am not the starring person here. It must be the couple. So para maitulay ko yung pagiging star ng couple, kailangan kilalanin ko sila. In the same way, pati rin sa mga nagbe-birthdays, yung mga debut, nagse-celebrate sa kanilang pabonggang 60th birthday, mga ganon. You have to know them. You have to know the celebrant para ma-relay ko sa audience properly kung sino ang nagbe-birthday, sino ang nagpapa-event. And ginagamit ko rin yung kung ano yung mga funny moments, experiences nila na nire-relay ko rin to the audience. So, it's all about how managing very well the whole situation. I hope I'm getting across.
Yes, sir. Next question po is, kinakabahan pa po ba kayo kapag nag-host kayo, lalo na kapag malalaki yung event or wedding events po?
Ay, oo naman. Oo naman. Pero isang lang, parang it's just a split second na kailangan pag nakaumpisa na ako, and then everything will just blow and will follow. For example, mostly sa mga pageants like that. In weddings, kinakabahan pa rin ako. Pag mga paumpisa. So hindi rin kasi natin maikakaila that there are audience na kilala ko, especially the VIPs, the dignitaries, sa mga principal sponsors na naandon, mga big time people na iniisip ko, oh my God, kailangan ko talagang galingan to kasi these are also future clients, di ba? So kaya sasabihin ko sa sarili ko, kailangan umpisa pa lang I will be able to catch their attention talaga. So sa kaba na yan, kailangan ma-overcome ko. And how do I overcome that? Well, first and foremost, I pray before the event. And I always offer this to God, because if not with the given talent that He bestowed upon me, probably I will not be here. So that's one thing. And syempre, maganda rin yung stretching and then vocalizing. Isa yan. Kasi minsan, nahahalata sa boses, di ba, na kinakabahan tayo. So, na
Yes
kahit heartbeat mo ay talagang malakas at mabilis, minsan it manifests to your voice. Kaya kailangan makontrol din yung kaba na hindi ma-obvious sa boses. So, paano ko ginagawa yun? Nagvo-vocalize minsan. But in hosting, unlike sa singing, kung hindi naman tayo magaling kumanta, so wag na tayo dyan, dito tayo sa hosting. Pero the term here is vocalization. In hosting, kailangan din bago mag-umpisa, daldal ako ng daldal. Daldal ako ng daldal para ma-enhance na yung mga vocal cords or something, whatever is in there, para at least na-practice na siya. Pero pagkatapos ng event, right after of my closing spiel, mga isang oras hindi ako nagsasalita, pinapapagpahinga ko na siya. So that's how, kinakabahan, yes, it cannot be denied. Hindi naman tayo perfect, hindi rin tayo ipinanganak na hindi normal na walang kaba. Laging may kaba. But it's just how you manage and how you overcome the kaba. Oh, what's next?
Miss Rosemary?
Okay, sir. So, for the next question po, ngayon po, ngayon po ay nasa pandemic po tayo at na-encounter niyo na po and in your opinion po, ano po yung difference ng online hosting and on-stage host po?
Yeah, ang online hosting ko na na-experience is not wedding, birthdays, walang ganon. It's mostly corporate event. Just a week ago, last Friday, I hosted the Department of Tourism here in Region 8. Nagkaroon sila ng tinatawag na yung MICE, and this is about meetings, incentives, conferences, and what's the E? Um, I forgot the E. Mamaya sabihin ko lang pag maalala ko. But MICE is a branch of Department of Tourism, a program rather, a program of Department of Tourism. So isa yan sa mga naging experience ko when it comes to online hosting. And last year nung kasagsagan ng pandemic, nagkaroon din my very first online hosting was about Globe, yung Globe na network. So
Wow.
it mostly pag sa online experience na nag-MC ako, it is corporate. Wala pa kasi siguro nag-party na online, na nagpakasal ng online, nag-birthday ng online, di ba? So kaya mostly ang experience ko sa online hosting is corporate events. Were you asking what were the challenges? Tama ba ako?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, the challenge there is very technical. And I guess we're all experiencing that. Kasi minsan syempre maglalag ang computer mo or biglang hihina ang internet. Hindi rin kasi natin masabi even if you have the best internet connection, but still may point pa rin talaga na bumabagal, humihina. So parang minsan nagpo-pause ka diyan sa screen. So nangyayari 'yan. And yung audio minsan nagkakaroon ng problema tayo diyan. And of course, this is one of the biggest challenges na encounter na experience ko. Wala ako nakikitang audience. That's the first thing. But I need to imagine that I am on a stage at maraming nanonood, maraming nakikinig. So imagination is very important in this matter. Good thing that I have an experience in radio exposure na na alam ko na may mga naririnig, may mga nakikinig sa akin on air. So, ibang setup din kasi pag nasa radio station ka because you have all the gadgets, you have all this stuff. Kaya mararamdaman mo na nasa radyo ka. Pag dito, pag naramdaman ko na nasa radyo ako, alam ko na may mga nakikinig on air. But this time, pag online, it's only the technical crew who see me, and the kayo MCs. I don't see the audience, but I have to imagine na nandyan sila nakikinig at nanonood sa akin. That's why I have to put myself na parang nasa stage pa rin ako. So those
Yes, sir.
those are
Mahirap
my
po yun
challenges.
kapag nagsasalita ka tapos walang sasagot, gano'n.
Yeah,
Ang
di ba?
hirap.
Minsan di ba nakakabagot yung parang may nakikinig ba talaga sa akin? May,
Hindi mo sure kung kung naririnig ka pa ba or may nakikinig.
yes, exactly. Kasi na-experience ko yan na salita ako ng salita, tapos naputol pala, as in totally naputol lahat. And then nalaman ko na lang kasi tinawagan ako na, sir, ongoing yung natin pero naputol. Uulitin mo daw yung last na sinabi mo kasi hindi na talaga namin narinig. All the while I was thinking, salita ako ng salita, yun naman pala wala nang nakikinig, hindi na rin pala ako napapanood. So that's how it goes.
One of the struggles, sir. So, kamusta naman po yung mga event or hosting niyo po sa Tacloban?
Well, with all God's blessing, by now, maganda na yung mga kaganapan when it comes to event. And I am very, very much happy that this event, in the event industry, somehow we are back in track. We are back on track. Magaling at dahil ang mga tao hindi rin papipigil na hindi matuloy ang kasal dahil pandemic, hindi magkakaroon ng birthday celebration dahil may pandemic. After all, we people by nature, we want socialization. So we want to interact with people. So that's why hindi makakapigil ang pandemic. After all, we are following protocols. There are guidelines to be followed. Kaya maganda na bumabalik na siya ngayon. So bumalik ito, if I remember it right, my first hosting was in December of last year. I know, September of last year, bumalik yung event, but it was very few, madalang. Pati yung audience ano lang like 30 to 50 lang. So ganun ang nagiging audience. So konti na lang. And hindi rin ako makalapit sa audience usually when I host pag-events na weddings and birthdays kasi we are just in one reception, so I can just simply go roam around and then talk to people. But for this time, because of social distancing, I cannot go close near to them. And nagkakaroon din ng technical problem kasi minsan kung dati microphone, halimbawa if I stand beside an audience or someone na tinawag mo, sometimes pinapahiram ko na lang yung microphone, 'di ba? Usually ganoon naman nangyayari kasi para mas mabilis. Ngayon, iba. So kailangan may sarili siyang microphone, may sarili akong microphone na hindi pwedeng gamitin ng kahit kanino. Kasi syempre pandemic so syempre malapit na malapit ang microphone sa bibig natin. Kaya hindi siya pwedeng i-share sa iba. That's one thing. Second, mahirap magsalitang nakamask. Diyos ko Lord. Talagang struggle siya. So that's why, especially kung may face shield pa.
True.
'Di ba? Ang hirap. Parang ang daming sagabal sa mukha, ang daming sagabal sa words na lumalabas. Ganon yung struggle. Pero ito yung ginagawa ko na lang. So nagpapaalam muna ako, I announce kumbaga may disclaimer muna ako bago mag-umpisa that we are still in the pandemic, so that's why we have to protect ourselves and follow protocols. So me as your MC, I will not be standing close to the audience. I will just be staying here. So please allow me. I will not be wearing my mask because it's hard for me to ganito, ganyan, and the face shield. But don't you worry, guys. I will not be standing close to you. So dito lang ako. So ang nangyayari, there is an assistant or maybe a coordinator na pag halimbawa may kakausapin ako from afar, meron ng taong naka-standby doon with microphone na binibigay sa kanila. So, ang pag-uusap namin is malayo. If for example, nasa dance floor ako, tapos yung kinakausap ko na andun sa maybe from table number 6. So, ganun na lang yung style natin ngayong pandemic para at least na-maintain pa rin yung relationship with from the host to the audience, maintain pa rin siya. And also, nagkakaroon ng interaction. Pero yun, we just followed the protocol. Yun ang struggle. Struggle na nagagawa ng paraan. It's always like that. Huwag tayong susuko. Laging may paraan yan.
How about, sir, yung napaos kayo? Na-experience nyo na po ba yung napaos kayo a day before your hosting po? Ano
Ngayon,
pong ginawa
paus ako.
niyo? Yes po, halata ko po
Obvious na.
actually.
Yeah. Ganito. Napaus ako. Sunod-sunod yung events. Sunod-sunod na yung events. And then, especially pag June, pag December, yan. Kailangan bawal magkasakit. So, bomba tayo ng vitamin C para bawal magkasakit.
Yes.
So, ganun ang nagaganap. So, ang nangyayari, pag dumating sa point na napapaus ako, kasi hindi ko rin maiwasan na after event, syempre minsan may inuman, and syempre I have to, get along well with friends as well and attend also my own parties. So ganon. So minsan na napapainom tayo. Although with discipline, it's always with discipline. Pero dahil napagod yung boses ko at ininuman ng malamig, halimbawa nag-beer, gano'n, tas may ice, or whatever drink is that na may ice, minsan yun, nakakapaos talaga siya. So what do I do? What do I do? Halimbawa, paos na ako today at bukas may event ako. Bukas may event ako. The whole day hindi ako nagsasalita. Pinapapagpahinga ko yung boses ko. So ganun yung nangyayari. And there is also a style in speaking na paos. Minsan ngayon ginagawa ko, minsan lumalabas pa ng seldom, lumalabas. But minsan when I just modulate my voice, just like this, what I'm doing now, hindi siya nahahalatang pause ako. But when I go high pitch and when I go, putting so much energy, yun, lumalabas na pause ako. But one thing na nakakatulong din is the sound system. Sa events, for example, sa events, weddings or birthdays or pageant yan, nakikipag-usap ako sa sound engineer dun sa sound system nila, sa DJ or sa sound engineer. Sinasabi ko doon sa kanila, please help me, my voice is like this, so you need to do something in your system. So, ganun yung ginagawa. Kung hindi ito nagawan ng medisina, baka magawa ng paraan dyan sa computer nyo. So, yun. Nagagawa kasi, mga expert nila, they are professionals with that. So, nagagawa nila ng paraan. So, hindi nagiging obvious na pause ako. But with precaution, sinasabihan nila ako na, sir, wag lang masyadong high pitch kasi talagang mahalata at ito lang yung dapat na ganito, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. But maintain the energy but not too much for as long as may entertain mo pa rin yung mga tao. So, napause ako dyan. Just like now because galing ako for 3 successive team buildings. Actually, hosting lang, hindi ako napapause sa hosting lang. Team building, napapause ako sa team building. Bakit? Kasi pag team building, there's so much energy, it's all games, it's all ganyan. And lalo na pag outdoor, tapos walang sound system outdoor, so talagang sumisigaw ako. So, ganun yung nangyayari. So, but nevertheless, tuloy ang laban. The show must go on kahit paos.
So, our last question is, itatanong ni Miss Rosemay. Miss Rosemay?
So, for the last question, sir, any tips
Yeah.
po or advices po?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Oh.
What is it again?
Okay. Once again, sir. Any tips po, advices na mabibigay niyo po sa mga gustong Hello, sir? Narinig po ako?
Yes, may narinig akong word. Tip. So, would this mean na ano yung
Ayan, sir. Actually, ito yung mahirap kapag online
yes.
hosting.
The best thing is,
Ito na example.
may narinig akong word tip. Baka ang hinihingi nila sa akin mga tips para sa mga gustong MC din. So,
Yes,
yun na
sir.
lang.
Nadali nyo.
Yeah. So, ganun, yun nung iniisip ko kanina na kung ito hiningi mo maging tips, kailangan ganun yung MC na pag hindi mo masyadong marinig, hindi mo makuha masyadong just get one word or tip na mga keywords doon na you can blow it away. Anyway, so tips in hosting. First and foremost, you really need to be prepared. And of course, kailangan confident ka talaga. But not too much. Kasi pag too much confidence, nagiging arrogante ka na. Diba? So, maganda yung confidence na may humility. So that's number 1 na maisasabi ko. Because kung tips lang ang pag-uusapan, the technical tips na kailangan voice quality, eye-to-eye contact, alam na natin lahat yan at nag-google yan, di ba? Di ba? But on my part, from my end, mas maganda kung ang mga tips na ibibigay natin is the attitude, the behavior that we have, kasi yun ang mas ginugusto ni client at ni audience. For example, kasi nararamdaman nila yung aura mo eh. Pagdating pa lang sa stage, nararamdaman nila yung aura na napakabait naman ng MC na to, napakagaling ng MC na to, napakahusay ng MC na to. Hindi dahil yon sa nag-eye-to-eye contact ka, hindi dahil yon sa maganda yung boses mo, kundi yung the spirit, your spirit will glow you will glow on the stage pag halimbawa confident ka with you na hindi naman masyadong arrogant, hindi talaga arrogante. So isa 'yan sa nagpapagaling sa kasi pag and number two, yeah, that's number one, confidence with humility. And number two, know how to listen. Kasi usually, know how to listen. And when I say know how to listen, that means makikinig ka talaga ng masinsinan. Oo. Kasi usually pag MC ikaw yung daldal ng daldal and usually you're the one really talking, right? And then you're just following the flow of the program and threading from one part to the next part. Yun ang nangyayari pag MC ka. So you keep on talking, but don't forget, you as a host, you also need to listen. Why? For example, may nag-speech. Tinawag mo na yung nag-speech. For example, Ninong Ninang. When you listen to their message, pagbalik mo, pwede mong gamitin in one phrase yung mga sinabi nila. Mahirap naman yung very monotonous and then lagi na lang ganun yung sinasabi. For example, um, sasabihin mo, this is very common and too cliche. Very cliche. Sasabihin nila na, pag halimbawa, tapos na nag-message si Ninang, at ang laging banat mo pagkatapos sasabihin mo, thank you so much Ninang, blah, blah, blah. That was indeed a very engaging message. Gas-gas na yan. Di ba? Kasi lagi na lang sinasabi yan. Pero kung nakinig ka sa sinabi niya na, halimbawa, nagsabi siya tungkol sa advice niya tungkol sa the secret of a happy and lifetime marriage. Kung may sinabi siya na ang pinakamaganda doon sa pagiging mag-asawa na kailangan talaga ay panghabang buhay, that you always say, I love you every night before you go to sleep. You can rephrase that. You can reiterate that. Instead of saying, thank you for that engaging message. 'Di ba? So yun. So number one is ano yun? Confidence with humility. Number two, know how to listen. And number three, coordinate well with the people in the where you the people you're working with. So yon. And diyan sa pakipag-coordinate mo sa kanila, may humility na kasama yan. Hindi dahil MC ka, kayong lalapit sa akin, ako ang sasabihan nyo ng ganito, bibigyan mo ako ng upuan, ayusin nyo yung sound system, ayusin nyo yung may mga ganyang klaseng MC, and that is the attitude. So, wag ganun, besh. Mahirap yon, di ba? Mas maganda yung, kahit ako, this is an example. Um, halimbawa, part na si Kopol na nasa stage si Kopol at papababain mo sila dahil manunood na sila ng SDE, 'di ba? Yung same day edit. So para nila makita, lilipat ng pwesto sila bride and groom. And in my case, I sometimes do not wait for the coordinators or waiters to put the chair at the center. I sometimes drag a chair and go there, and I would ask the couple to please come here and make yourself comfortable here para mapanood ng maayos ang SDE ninyo. I don't have to wait for the coordinator or for the waiter or someone else to do that. Kaya ko naman may kamay naman ako, kaya ko naman siyang ihatak ang upuan papunta, and it will not ruin my entire show. Hindi naman So that's one, humility. Ibig sabihin, coordinate very well. Again, ulit-ulitin ko yan with humility. Para hindi mo nahihintayin. Hindi ka na maghihintay dun sa mga tao. Nakakatagal lang yun kung hihintayin mo pa. At syempre kasi minsan sasabihin, no, of course, I will not do that. I'm the MC, I'm the host. There are coordinators being hired to do that job, not me. Ganon. Ay, nako, wag mo nang kunin yan. Nakakainis lang yan. So, minsan ganon. And it's always good to be humble, especially even to the couple. Especially to the couple. Na masarap kasi sa pakiramdam yung pasasalamat nila. Masarap it's more than your PF na marireceive kung prini-praise ka nila, and I tell you it's very very rewarding. So I could only give 3 tips dahil yung mga tips na yan ang laging hindi sinasabi ng mga tips ng mga most MCs. Yang confidence with humility, know how to listen, and ano yun yung pangatlo na sinabi ko? If you're listening.
Ang alam ko lang, sir, be confident, know how to listen, and have humility. Be humble.
Yung number 3, coordinate very well to the coordinators or to the people you work with. And of course, it entails humility in coordinating well with them. Kasi when you coordinate, syempre, di ba, may mga kailangan ka. So, makipag-usap ka sa kanila ng maayos. With good behavior na nare-relay mo sa kanila yung mga pangangailangan mo. Kasi minsan naman sa amin as MCs, sa mga coordinators, usually may ina-assign yan sa program, right? May ina-assign yan sa program. Kaya yung tao na naka-assign sa akin, yun, binabarkada ko, kinakaibigan ko para mayroon kaming magandang relationship on that particular event na maibigay niya, maitugon niya yung mga pangangailangan ko at the same time, maitugon ko rin sa kanila yung mga dapat gagawin. So yun, kasi the rest of the tips na sasabihin natin na nagugugil na yan, the eye-to-eye contact. Minsan, if you need to have a script, then prepare yourself with a script. Ganon yung mga tips na sinasabi natin dyan. Eye-to-eye contact. Tapos sinasabi na yung tawag dito, yung audio mo, yung kung napapakinggan ka ba doon. So that's one. So that's why you have to rehearse first. You need to have a sound check an hour before the event. So those are very technical. Yun yung sinasabi ko, those are very, very technical. But with the behavior and the attitude of being a host, being an MC, you need to, develop that because it's part of the interpersonal skills. It's part of the personality development of being a host. And that is confidence with humility. And I hope I have given you that words of wisdom.
Thank you, Mr. Barrantes. Ayan, tandaan daw natin yung tatlong yon. Confidence with humility, know how to listen, and coordinate with people well. So yan, sir. But of course, maraming natutunan yung mga audience natin ngayon, but we are sure some of our listeners have their own questions. So we will be opening the floor for our viewers to ask questions. But for
Sure.
now, let's have a commercial break.
All right.
Hi, I'm Joy Torres. I'm from Belmont Hotel, Manila.
Hi, I'm Riza Zain Aksalan, Meetings and Events Executive from Golden Phoenix Hotel, Manila.
Hi, I'm Dawn Estarte, and I'm from Events by Dawn. And I do events and weddings most especially. This magazine will help you a lot, most especially because Event Venue PH has a wide network of suppliers and they will give you also suggestions for different venues.
For couples who are planning for their weddings, and it can also be helpful with the debutants for their debut.
Once you get to read the magazine, you'll see different suggestions, and also you'll see a checklist in there. You'll be able to see what suppliers are you supposed to book, and even you'll be able to see a chart wherein you could put in your budget, wherein you will be guided very well.
Yes, hi there. I'm Mark. I'm one of the owners of Mark Images along with my wife Stephanie Pavic.
My name is Oliver Riosa. I'm from Sykes Asia Incorporated.
I'm Randolph, or you can call me Boogie. I'm the owner of GQ Mobile Bar.
Hi, ako si Mark Phil from Pixelite Multimedia galing sa province of Pangasinan.
The magazine is awesome. It's just like its predecessor, the website. You can use the magazine to plan ahead, whether it be a wedding, debut, or a simple kiddie party. You can use the magazine to plan ahead on your event.
Really unique. Walang ibang company ang meron ganito. And I believe that it's really helpful for individuals or couples that are really planning to create an event or a party.
This is not a conventional type of magazine. It is a new twist. As TJ said, they just called it magazine, but it's really not just a magazine. There's a twist in it. It's kind of a useful thing for a couple.
Malaking tulong tong Events Venue PH Magazine kasi ito yung magiging guide ng mga aspiring couples kung ano yung mga kailangan nilang hanapin para sa kanilang wedding or sa kahit anong event. Ito rin isang magandang isang venue para ma-showcase ng mga suppliers yung mga kung ano yung mga services nila, mga specialties nila, at kung ano yung meron sila na wala sa iba.
Those who are planning for their wedding,
Please get a copy of Events Venue Philippines.
It will definitely help you. It will be a convenience for you.
From the start up to the end, you will never forget any supplier.
Events Venue Philippines magazine, you'll be able to find it in bridal fairs.
Kumuha na po kayo ng Events Venue Magazine. Ito malaking tulong po sa inyong upcoming events at sana suportahan niyo po ang Events Venue page.
If I were you, buy or get a copy of eventsvenue.com.ph magazine, or else you'll be out of it.
Hi! Hi, we're back!
Oh
So,
yeah, we're
let's
back.
read questions for our audience. So, ang ating unang question is from Gian Paningbatan. Ano po yung unforgettable event na na-experience nyo as a host?
Well, madami actually. First, yung mga international, yung mga abroad hosting events ko. Hindi ko makakalimutan kasi, syempre nagkakaroon na tayo ng opportunity to travel abroad. Just like when I hosted in US, I hosted in Canada. So also I conducted a team building in Bangkok. Mga hindi ko siya nakakalimutan kasi experience siya na may kasamang travel. Kaya hindi ko na siya makakalimutan. And at the same time, it is also a good marketing resume natin. Kasi syempre, pag sinabi na, ito kasi talagang he's been hosting so many years ago and then kaya nakakapag-booking na siya ng ganyan-ganyan. And also, pag halimbawa, even in Manila or in Cebu, Davao, pag napupunta ako sa mga big-time hotels, 5-star hotel. For example, this December, I'll be in Okada and also in Baguio. May kasal ako sa Baguio that's also in December. So isa yan sa mga ganyang perks na nagkakaroon ako ng unforgettable experience because there's a travel involved. And pero may isa ako na hindi ko rin talaga makalimutan. A wedding here in Tacloban na nabash ako. Yun, nabash ako. Kasi yung nag-a-act na wala silang formal na coordinator na hired. Alam mo yung parang wedding na pamilya yung tumutulong in the mobilization sa reception. At nagkataon na yung 2 days before may biglang nag-chat na sa akin na na she will be the one na handling me in the reception, ganyan-ganyan. So ako naman, sabi ko, ay, thank you po, maganda na at least meron tayong ganito, ganyan-ganyan, blah, blah, blah. So, well, to make it short, nandun na kami sa ano. And I was asking na, sabi ko sa kanya, ma'am, pwede po bang ipahanda na lang din sa waiter yung, kasi after the cake, diretso tayo sa wine toasting. Mas maganda na bukas na yung wine because sometimes it takes time, nagkakaroon tayo ng dead air, nagkakaroon tayo ng lull moment just to open the wine, lalong-lalo na pag cork yan. So, maghahanap pa ng cork opener, things like that, ganyan-ganyan. Nagalit siya sa akin. Sabi niya, hindi ako waiter, bakit mo ako pinuutusan niya? Ay ma'am, hindi po, pa-coordinate na lang po. Oh, well, anyways, I can do that. Sabi ko niya, ako na lang po, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos bigla siyang nag-post sa Facebook. Just right there, nag-post siya kaagad sa Facebook. Sabi niya, anong klaseng host yan? Nanguutos ng ganyan-ganyan, ganyan na. And then, may friend kasi ako na guest doon. So, may friend ako na guest doon. So, pinakita niya sa akin, hala, anong problema nito? Bakit? Ayun pala nung napansin ko, ano pa lang siya, almost magwa 1 month na siyang buntis. Magwa 1 month na siyang buntis. So, yung mister niya na andon, kasi parang siya yata yung mister, yung best man. So, lumapit sa akin naman, humingi ng pasensya. Sabi ko, okay lang po yun, sir. Wag ka it really happens. But sorry din kung sa kanya ako nang hingi ng tulong. Kasi akala ko kasi siya yung mag-a-assist sa akin. So, I was really, confident na siya yung makakatulong sa akin. But anyways, wag po kayo mag-alala kasi nagagawa na naman lagi po natin ng paraan yan. So, isa yan sa mga hindi ko makakalimutan dahil nagkakaroon siya ng learning sa akin. Yun yung sinasabi ko na mas mabuti na yung laging nagpapakumbaba kaysa sa gagatungan pa natin yon, baka makunan pa yon, din nagkaroon pa ako ng kasalanan. Di ba? Kasi buntis pala siya. So, hindi siya naging sa akin. Kumbaga, naging unforgettable siya. There's another unforgettable. I hosted it in Cebu. It was a wedding in Plantation Bay. So it was a big time 5-star hotel doon. Tapos doon ako mag-MC. And ang very challenging na part doon kasi namatayan pa lang kami noon ng kapatid ko at saka dalawa sabay kasi, tatay ko at saka kapatid ko. So very very tragic na kailangan kong ipagpatuloy yung show. Although 2 days before, naghanap na ako ng MC na papalit sa akin. So unfortunately, wala talagang may available na nakakilala ko. Ayoko rin namang mag-recommend na hindi ko kilala. Kasi sometimes pag hindi magustuhan ni client yung ni-recommend ko, pati ako damay. So mas maganda yung kakilala ko na confident din ako that I can vouch with the same caliber, with the same expectation. So no, I don't have any choice. I went to Cebu and I accommodated the event, but I did not tell the client. I did not even tell the rest of the suppliers that this is my predicament right now. This is what is going on in my emotional side. Hindi ko na rin sinabi kasi baka rin makaapekto sa kanila. But I have to compose myself very well. I need to manage myself very well so that I can handle the event. Then, sa awa ng Diyos, na iraos din na walang halatang may problema, walang halatang mabigat na dinadala. So, yun, ganun tayo eh. Nasa industriya tayo ng ganito, kailangan talaga nating panindigan regardless kung anong mga nararamdaman natin, the show must go on. Ganun talaga.
Yes, sir. Kikita namin kung gaano kayo nagpapakumbaba and really a professional host po. So,
Thank you.
Our second question is, galing kay Miss Micaela Nicole Baris, when is the time to ask po and when is the time to listen?
Oh, mala Miss Universe to ha. Parang natanong na yata to ni Tito Boy. When is the time to speak and when is the time to listen? I guess the right time, parang kinukumpose ko na kagad, parang na-challenge ako sa question na to. The right time to speak is when you have something to share that will positively influence people. That's how I can see it. And the best time to listen is when you have nothing to say. When yeah, I guess ganun din ang gagawin ko. I will speak if it is necessary for me to say something to avoid dull moment, to avoid gap. That is my time to speak, and if it is really necessary. And ika nga, I need to listen, and that needs I need to stop talking. Because I cannot do that at the same time. So, ibig sabihin, 'di ba nabanggit ko kanina na you need to listen, know how to listen. Because guys, I tell you, listening will bring you far from this industry. Because that's where you can actually engage to people in listening. Pag marunong makinig, malayong mararating mo. Katulad ngayon, I am listening to your question, so I can speak very well. Pag hindi ko pakinggan ang tanong nyo, hindi ako makakapagsalita ng or hindi ko maisasagot ng maayos. So, know when to speak and when to listen.
So our next question is galing kay Miss Ercy Arcede. Hi sir, question lang po. How do you engage with people if medyo unresponsive po sila? Katulad kahit sa pagpalakpak pa lang po ng kamay or sa paglaugh po every time may punchline or something po. Pag may
Kahit
mga
ako,
corny
tama
jokes po
yan.
kayo.
Tama yan, Ercy. Kasi kahit ako, alam mo minsan sometimes it is annoying when I ask audience to clap, to make applaud, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi dapat mo sinasabi yan eh. Hindi mo na dapat yan sinasabi. You notice in TV, hindi sinasabi yan ng MC because there is a floor director. Ganon sila, like in Showtime, mga ganyan.
May
Hindi na
mga
yan,
ganon.
kasi may taga ganon sa floor. Oo, nagagayahin ng tao. Tayo kasi nasa weddings tayo, na ganon tayo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ninang blah 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 to say a message for the couple. Let's give a big hand for Ninang. Ganon. Dapat pala ako ina-avoid ko yan eh. So, how do I encourage people to to make them clap? To make them clap. So how do I manage that or engage to them? Gagawa muna siguro ako ng punchline na bago tawagin ko si Ninang or i-praise ko si Ninang. Kasi pag i-praise mo siya, maganda siya, very, kahit gown, i-appreciate mo lang siya. Pumapalakpak siya. Kasi syempre, natutuwa. So pag may isang pumalakpak, lahat ng tao papalakpak. Kasi ganoon naman sa atin eh. Pag may isang tao pumalakpak, paumpisahan mo lang yan, papalakpak yan. Or kahit ako mismo, I don't even have to say that, but I just have to make a gesture. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our guest speaker. Susunod na yan sila. Parang contagious yan eh. Parang di ba naalala, kung hindi man sa palakpak, remember this, pag nasa elevator ka, when you're inside an elevator, tumingala ka lang ng ganon, gagaya lahat ng tao. Ganon yung nangyayari. Pag nag-uusap-usap tayo, tapos pag may lumingon na isa, lahat lilingon yan. So sometimes, our gesture is contagious. So that's how I do it. So minsan, kahit sa yung mga stand-up comedian, di ba, pag minsan ginagawa nilang a joke, ang hindi pumalakpak at papangit katulad ko, di ba? Gumaganon sila. But of course, we don't have to do that kasi hindi naman tayo stand-up comedian, hindi naman tayo nasa comedy bar, nasa birthday tayo, nasa wedding tayo. So usually there are ways of encouraging people, engaging people, how to respond. So ganon yung nangyayari. Yun ang ginagawa ako.
Ang ating next question, sir, piling ko ang dami kong natututunan talaga sa inyo. Next question po. Galing kay Mariel Pete, have you ever planned more than one event at a time and were they all a success? Why or why not?
Nagplano ako. Yeah. Planned for one event at a time. Have you ever planned more than one event at a time and they were all successful? Yeah. Usually, kung sa planning lang, magagawa mo yan kasi there's a time to plan na kahit maraming events yan, di ba? Magagawa mo naman yan kasi naka-schedule yan. You have your planner, you have your schedule, so nagagawa mo yan. So, na kahit maraming events, so more than one event at a time. And yes, nagiging successful. However, ito lang, dahil isa lang ang katawan ko, ito lang ang boses ko, hindi ako tumatanggap ng sabay na event. Mahirap naman yun na kahit nasa isang hotel ka tapos magkatabi yung ballroom tapos dito mag-uumpisa ka tapos pag break mo tatakbo ka na naman sa kabila. Para mahirap yun. So hindi natin gagawin yan. So usually I only accept a maximum of 2 events in a day. Halimbawa, ang una is umaga, daytime. Usually yung mga pa-lunch na event na then ang kasunod niyan dinner time. So at least there's a big gap kasi usually in weddings or birthdays naman 2 to 3 hours lang naman yan eh. So halimbawa kung mag-umpisa yan ng 11 o'clock, then lunch matatapos na yan by 1:30 or 2 or even at most of 2:30. Tapos ang call time ko pa yan mamaya sa next event ko is say 4:30 or 5 o'clock. So ganun. So I can manage 2 events but not at the same time. But the same day. Pwede. Basta wag lang talaga yung magsabay kasi I've heard may ganun nang nangyari eh. May ganun na talaga nangyari na tumatakbo-takbo yung MC. So kung kaloka yan. Hindi ko kaya yun.
Hindi po
Wala
ba
akong ganun
naguguluhan
superpowers.
yun?
Di ba para magulo? Paano kung maano ka pa nun, magkamali ka sa pagsabi ng pangalan? Magkamali, iba yung pangalan ng ibanggit mo, sa kabila pala ito. Gano'n. Gano'n. So planning-wise, yes, planning-wise, we can plan that more than one, kayang-kaya yan, but not at the same time. And it will be successful.
Mahirap pag at the same time. So meron pa po tayong question. Galing ulit kay Mariel Bete. Good evening po again, sir. Second question po. How do you stay motivated when things go wrong?
Oh yeah, maraming beses nangyayari yan. Paulit-ulit nating sinasabi yan, the show must go on, but I really need to, it's a personal decision. It's a personal decision that I have to be motivated. I have to always be on the go, that I have to be, energetic and enthusiastic, regardless na meron nang nakakainis doon. Kahit anong nakakainis yan, pero kailangan mong i-deadma yon because ito ang disposition na kailangan ko, mamaya na kita aasikasuhin. Ganon. How do I stay motivated? It's a personal decision. I-set aside mo lang talaga siya. Kasi makakapawala siya ng focus sa iyo eh. May mga nangyari sa akin ganyan. May maraming beses na concrete example, I remember this na. Weddings na halimbawa nagkaroon ng ito na nagkaroon ng yung halimbawa pag sinasabi mo na play na yung SDE tapos hindi pa nagkakaroon ng dead air tapos wala ka ng pag-games, wala na ka ng mga pa-bring me, kasi wala ng prizes kasi naubos na. So ano pang gagawin ko? Magdadaldal na naman ako. Kasi mahirap din yung daldal ka na lang daldal. Minsan annoying ka na. Ikaw na MC, ako na MC, I also have to know na kung kailan minsan nararamdaman ko na baka naiinis na yung audience sa akin. Baka naaalibadbaran na sila sa akin. So I don't have to, yun yung tinatawag natin kanina, when is the best time to speak and when is the best time to listen. So minsan nakaka-annoy na sinabi naman natin 'di ba dun sa halimbawa si videographer na kailangan matapos na talaga siya by in 15 minutes tapos kailangan ready na talaga siya when I say let's watch this. Isang gano'n na lang yan, play agad yan. Pag yan nangyayaring mga ganyan. So yun, handa ako ng hinahandaan ko na yan ng mga buffer like magi-interview ako. Pupunta na lang ako sa mga audience, halimbawa. So, what can you say about our couple? Ganun. Parang singit ka kaagad. Kailangan meron ka talagang automatic na mga canned questions or canned moves na kailangan mo talagang mapasok agad just to avoid dull moments or gaps. Kasi yung mga dead air na yan, that dead air, mga 5 seconds lang yan, 10 seconds lang yan, but it can ruin the whole event. So, pag yan, syempre, mangyari, naiinis ka, naa-annoy ka. So, but you have to stay motivated by personally saying to yourself, it's a personal decision. No, wag kang padala dyan. Right? Kailangan ko talagang gawin to, kailangan ipagpatuloy ko to. So, ganon. Yun.
Paano sir kapag may mental block kayo,
sir? Sorry.
Paano kapag may mental block kayo, sir? Kapag nag-host kayo?
Yeah. Paano ko ba ginagawa yung mental block? siguro kung nangyari na sa akin, so but I forgot what I did. Siguro kung ngayon mangyari sa akin ng mental block ako. Naghahanap na lang ako siguro kung ano yung nakikita ko diyan. Pero yan ang ano ko, yan ang kung ano yung mga nakikita ko na kailangan kong maggawa ng adlib. Kailangan magawan ko ng adlib. For example, kung sa kasal, pwedeng mag-relay ako, magsabi ako regarding the color, yung motif nila. Pang ano lang, pero wag mong habaan kasi nahahalata. Halimbawa, we are the couple loves really blue color. That's why it's their motif today in this wedding day to make their wedding very memorable because the color blue symbolizes peace. Gano'n. Hanggang sa babalik na lang siya. Hanggang sa babalik na lang. Importante, pag na-mental back ako, kailangan may isingit ako ulit. Or, the best way is really to do an interview. An ambush interview. Oo. Pero maganda yon pag hindi pandemic. Pero ngayon kasi pandemic, hindi tayo ilalapit. Ganon. So, medyo mahihirapan tayo pag ganon kasi social distancing. Unless may ready silang mga microphones na pwede nating magawa ng paraan. But for mental block kasi it really happens. So yun ang ginagawa ko, adlibs, automatic adlibs na lang na but make it a point naman syempre that the adlibs has to be related. Wag naman yung mag-adlib ka nang wala sa pinag-uusapan, di ba? And the second way is pwede yung ambush interview. Pwedeng ganun.
Adlib and ambush interview. So next question po. Meron pa po ba tayong question?
Yeah, gumagana yung audience natin ha. I love that. Thank you for sharing your questions kasi it also actually refreshes me. It also reminds me na ito pala yung mga dapat gawin, things like that. Kasi sa MCing, sa hosting, we need to, keep ourselves updated kung ano na yung mga ganap sa buhay, ano yung mga nangyayari sa kapaligiran so that kung may tatanong din sa atin, halimbawa, maire-relate mo yung mga teleserye, nagagamit natin yan sa mga pang-adlib natin.
Mukhang wala na po tayong tanong. Meron pa po ba? It appears like we've answered all our questions. So, Mr. Ketch, is there anything else you would like to promote and talk before we finish things up?
Oh yeah. First and foremost, Camille, I am very much thankful to WSAP for having me. And this is indeed a very overwhelming experience na isa ako sa mga napili nyo bilang isang guest speaker that I am able to share my thoughts, my knowledge in hosting or doing an MC job. I am very much thankful and honored to be part of this activity event, the Let's Talk About Weddings. So maraming salamat talaga. And of course, sa mga nagpapakasal, magpapa-event, birthdays or whatsoever, you can always have us, especially kaming mga members ng WASP, WSAP pala. You can have us, you can just contact us for your events, to make your events a success. And this is your event and kasama mo kami sa pagpapa-event ninyo. And my Ketch events host or team building, you can have me as well. My contact number is there, and I'm also visible in Facebook and also in Instagram. I also have my page. Just search on. So I will be happy to do my services with you. Kaya maraming salamat.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ketch Barrantes. So, now we are humbly presenting Mr. Ketch Barrantes Certificate of Acknowledgement. Certificate of Appreciation for Ketch Barrantes for imparting valuable knowledge during the WSAP online TV show via Zoom, signed by our country manager, Sir TJ Yuson. Ms. Rosemay?
Thank you for the certificate.
Yes, sir. So mukhang wala pa rin po ata si Miss Rosemay. So before our lives end, we would like to extend an invitation to all of our viewers to attend the Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines Incorporation forthcoming events and webinars. On October 15, 2021, WSAP updates Miss Sasha Montenegro. October 19, 2021, Miss Max Chu, the ultimate wedding planning guide for 2022 Chinese wedding. On October 20, 2021, Miss Kim Torres, a blended ever after, an ideal approach to perfect your dream wedding, amids and steady times. On October 27, 2021, Miss Red Sarmiento, getting a full dose of love, planning your wedding during pandemic. And on October 29, 2021, WSAP updates, Miss Ivy Habana. To updated on our upcoming events, webinars, and announcements, please visit and like our pages. So thank you so much po, sir. And on behalf of Wedding Supplier Association of the Philippines Incorporation, thank you to each and every one of our viewers and of course to our guest speaker, Mr. Ketch Barrantes. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat din sa lahat. Nakakatuwa talaga. Maraming salamat. And I am very much happy sa wedding industry natin na bumabalik na tayo, na hindi tayo pinapatigil dito kahit may pandemic, I mean, walang makakaubra sa atin, 'di ba? Pandemic lang 'yan, virus lang 'yan. Tayo ay mas malakas diyan. Kaya tuloy ang laban. Kaya maraming salamat to the Wedding Supplier Association of the Philippines. Maraming salamat. And of course, let us always be safe.
Thank you po, sir. Ang dami ko pong natutunan sa inyo ngayon. Once again, I am Camille Campos, now signing off. Thank you for your time and attention. Keep safe and have a great evening. Bye-bye.